Hello. Thank you very much, Sharon. That was a huge effort. I think Sharon had the longest session to chair, so I'm very grateful. And now I would also like to thank all the other chairwomen, Karolina Szafranek, and all the chairmen of all the sessions. Of course, I wish to thank Professor Roberto Carr, who closed our lecture part of the conference. We arrived at the very end of 3 days of lectures at Supercomputing Frontiers Europe 2021. I'm very grateful to all participants who stayed for such a long time, very long in the case of other geographies east of Poland. Even in Poland, it's very late. It may be better in the US somewhere, Canada, and places like Mexico. I've seen friends, Gerardo, and perhaps others from that region. Very grateful to all of my old friends and the new friends who joined our conferences and persevered for such a long time. Of course, we know very well that it's rather hard to stay for long, for so many days and listen to the talks. That's why we also have to change the format slightly. The lecture part is finished today. I wish to thank Wodzisław Duch, Tajsaku Boke, Karolina Szafranek, Dirk Pleiter, Norbert Meyer, Ronald Luiten for being chairman of the sessions. I wish to thank all the speakers, especially keynote speakers and all invited speakers, industry speakers. Personally, I feel extremely satisfied. We've managed to keep the level of the conference and to always bring some extraordinarily interesting new developments, ideas, fresh ideas. All of this opens our minds and keeps us going. Of course, we are in the field that develops so fast and is very exciting. So that is the proof of this at this conference. So, but I want to remind everybody that we still have 2 days of workshops tomorrow and after tomorrow. I will come to that in a moment. But before going there, I wish to thank all my colleagues who helped to organize this conference, especially Bartosz Drogosiewicz, Michał Hermanowicz, very much so Alicja Pucyk, who put incredible effort and pulled all the strings together, and she kept the tight ship, and we managed with everything. So thank you very much, Alicja. Cezary Redzik, who was responsible for promotion and outreach, and great work, Cezary. Krzysztof Smoliński always works quietly at the background, and Hubert Wojtasik. I thank you all my colleagues at ICM. As you see, it's a small group of people who do incredible work. I also wish to thank and acknowledge participation of all people in the scientific committee. Without their support and help over those 7 editions, many of them have been in the committee at every single edition. The conference level would not be what you see. And I thank all of them. I can tell you that each year I seek advice from a group of people, and others are mainly from those. And many of the speakers who were invited this year were recommended by the members of the committee. And so I thank for that. Of course, we had excellent support from our sponsors, from gold sponsors, AMD, DDN, Huawei, Lenovo, Intel, silver sponsors, Cornelis Networks, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, NEC, and bronze sponsors, Insper, Praise, Simcom. Of course, we had the privilege of being supported by honorary patrons, ministries, and the director of the University of Warsaw, Casus, OPI, and others. Of course, we have a fantastic relationship with media partners, great support from Datanami, Enterprise AI, Forum Akademickie, HPCY Japan, Intersect 360 Research inside HPC, ITWiz, and This Week in HPC. So I thank all our sponsors, honorary patrons, and media partners for being there and for supporting them, for helping us to reach to a very, very wide audience. And of course, you've seen that we've make a special effort to widen the participation in this conference from participants and also speakers who present research from Africa and India, and that I feel is extremely important. As I said in my welcome short speech, the openness and sort of compute as a computing, HPC cloud, open source, and this wide reach, geographical reach, will all benefit science, and especially HPC and computational science. Here is a short reminder of what you can expect tomorrow and on Friday. Of course, I believe every single workshop is interesting, and of course, depending on your interest, you are most welcome to enroll, register, and participate. I will just focus on this one on Taxila, analyzing text in biological context, given by people from Systems Biology Institute. That is a sort of addition to today's keynote talk by Hiroaki Kitano-san. And let me say that have Taxila installed. We are a couple of my students, a few of my students are installing Taxila with the help of admins, and we'll roll it out for early use late August, early September. So please take note of that. Of course, this is not to say that other workshops are not very interesting. Please consider participating. Just a short statistics. I'm very pleased to say that we had in this time of pandemic, we had very wide participation. Of course, people already a little bit saturated with a number of competing events, managed to attract over 800 registration. And what's more important, because the conference takes virtual format, we were able to attract people from 78 countries. That's, I think, is a particular achievement. I also feel that all participants sort of got their value worth in their time and their patience, because the level of the talks, all of the talks, not only a keynote and invited, but all the reports was really fantastic. If you miss something, or if you like something, if you wish to see it again, look at particular sort of section of our conference, particular lecture, or even particular slides. All of this is being recorded and is available. I believe almost every single talk will be available, except maybe of those where authors may have special legal requirements of not being sort of allowing to be shown. But otherwise, almost everything will be recorded. And of course, I encourage you to perhaps revisit at your leisure. But also, all of this is freely available to anybody. So please share it. If you liked the talks, if you are intrigued by some topics, please tell your friends, tell your students, and it's all there as open material. And finally, I would really like to keep the level of this conference as high as we can manage. And for this, we must have direct engagement with our participants. So please spare 5 minutes of your time, fill this short questionnaire, and I'll be especially interested in hearing your sort of even critical thoughts about it. I understand that not everything's perfect. It's very difficult to run the conference with something like 45 speakers, except of one lecture where we had to rearrange the schedule, and I apologize for that. All of the talks were live from various parts of the world, from Japan, from Uganda, USA, from various parts of Europe. So that is incredible feat of technology, but handling those buttons and learning almost on the fly. We allowed our speakers to have dry run, but still it's not entirely learned behavior. So I thank you for being patient at moments where we had a little bit of hiccups, but there were few of those moments. And of course, sometimes it depended on the quality of computer connection, internet. Okay. So, but please, if you can spare 5 minutes, fill this survey. And of course, there are some questions on the survey relate to what you would like to hear in the next edition. What are the topics that you are interested in, and perhaps you could even recommend speakers who excite your imagination, who are leaders in our field. We'll of course always consider inviting fascinating speakers, such as we have heard during this conference. What else? And with that, I thank you. Thank you very much for your participation. There are 2 days of workshops, but we won't have this kind of contact. So thank you again, and let's see each other at SCFE 2022. It may be in March. We are considering moving it slightly from the summer month because everyone is sort of focused on getting some rest in those summer months in the Northern Hemisphere. So let's see each other in 1 year time or less. Thank you very much again. Bye-bye.